show, also known as the Seiko Maito Show, where we talk about stuff. This is live. This is the Seiko Maito podcast. And today's topic that we're going to talk about is love and hip hop. Yes, yes, we will. Honestly, there's just so much that I want to talk about, and we will talk about it. And let's first talk about the setup. Riverside has the time that I'm recording on the live, like on top of it, when it usually on the stop button or something like that. I was like, what was good? I was like, where's the stuff? How do I know? How do I know when to cut this thing off? Because usually, like my episodes used to be over 1 hour. I'm trying to sand it down a little bit, but just so you know, this episode's gonna be long because we're talking about season one of Love and Hip Hop. Now we're not going by episodes here because it's an old season. You guys probably watched it already, and like, Aaliyah, what are you doing? Why are you showing me this? I already watched the season. I know what happens. So, assuming that you already know that what happened, if you don't, then sign up for Paramount. They have all the seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Okay, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, not New York, Atlanta, which is going to be in the title right now as I'm. Yep, just edit, edit the title. But yeah, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Instead of talking about the episodes, like I said before, we're not going to talk about the episodes. We're talking about the characters. I love reality shows. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like some reality shows. I don't like all reality shows, but I like some reality shows. And a good reality show is like drama, because usually, whether it's scripted or not, it's just like the drama of it. Well, it's really good. So it's really entertaining to watch. And yesterday, I was having a feeling I want to watch Love and Hip Hop. Not yesterday, but day the day before the day before yesterday, if that makes any sense. I was thinking I want to watch Love and Hip Hop. I want to watch Love and Hip Hop, have it screw me over, so then I can think about a lot of stuff that is happening within the R&B music industry in general. It doesn't also come down to R&B industry. It also comes to pop music history. You know, there's a lot of things that could happen. I'm thinking here, like, watching the show, like, what is going on? At some point, I was like, oh my gosh, and being and exclaiming things. Because, like, what is going on in this series? That's one thing I want to clarify. Another thing I want to clarify is that I'm I'm watching this Wikipedia page, right? I'm going down the list of love and hip hop shows, so I can like go through all of them, and then I'll make a podcast episode when I finish the season, not the show, the season. So every season of Love and Hip Hop, whether it be Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you're going to see. And if I finish the season, it doesn't matter. Like I said, Love and Hip Hop, Love and Hollywood, Love in Atlanta. You're gonna see an episode that summarizes what I feel about all the characters in that season only, not in the whole show, but in that season. You know. And then since I also post this on YouTube, I will also make a playlist about that as well to categorize it in different seasons. I really hope that makes sense. Dude, there's a lot to go through. There's a lot to go through. I also want to make clear that I'm going to be talking about serious topics, which is why it's going to be rated 18 plus, because Love and Hip Hop is an 18 plus show. We're going to talk about things of abuse, pregnancy, and abortion. And I say pregnancy and abortion because people really don't like when women have their own bodies. They really don't like when they have their own bodies at all. So that's a trigger warning for those conservative people that think that women should not have any rights over their body. Little trigger warning for you then. Anyway, let's get started for the love and hip hop. Alright, let's start with this. Also, this is that episode where I record it and I finish it, I post it today, and then I'll promote it. Because people do need to know about this. And also, like, I don't edit anything out. I post it when I want to post it. In regards to my dispenser camp episodes I was planning to post, I'm gonna redo that. Because, like, I got a lot of opinions right now about that in general. A lot of characters that I want to discuss. And also, I was tired of recording that, so now I have a full flesh head. I want to rewrite that, so that's that too. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And let's talk about Love and Hip Island Season 1. The characters, not the episodes. The characters. Starting from the most problematic, or the most crazy, or most out there, outlandish person, Stevie J. Uh, there's a reason. There's a reason why we feel the misogynist war. Women feel the misogynist war. There's a reason why Malcolm X says, you know what? No, that doesn't apply to that. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about, but that doesn't apply to that. There's a reason why it is so hard to be in the industry. Oh my gosh. Like, he's so controlling. He's controlling literally and figuratively everything. He is controlling. And it's awful. I don't know what else to say. Because the words I had thought about Stevie J, he's a horrible person. He's a horrible person. He's a horrible person. He's a player who only focuses on work instead of the people he works with. And like, yeah, this is good for your career. But hello, this woman right here says she's pregnant. And also the thing with that, with Jocelyn and Jocelyn's pregnancy, is that Stevie J held her pregnancy test with him. Who does that? Who does that? This is wicked. That is wicked. Not in a bad way, but wicked as in a crazy kind of way. You're not supposed to do. I can't say what you're not and not what you're supposed to and not supposed to do. But I don't like that. It gives me an off feeling. I don't like CBJ. I just can clearly think. But like, and bringing Jocelyn to the therapy session with Mimi was crazy too. Cause like, this is between you and Mimi. I'm glad Mimi allowed it. It's like she was glad she allowed it. I'm glad that Mimi allowed it. I'm glad that Mimi allowed Jocelyn to come. Because the second session with Dr. Jeff, we'll talk about him in a minute or so. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. And he doesn't, he's a manipulator, he's a user. That's the word I'm trying to. He's a manipulator, he's a user, he's a control freak. What do you want me to say about that? I'm glad Mimi's away from him. Away, but not totally away because they have a child together. And no way am I blaming the child. These children in these shows need to be protected at all costs. Pull a like pull a move. I forgot who said that they didn't want their star on the limelight or something. But and because they said in the reunion, pull that. Pull them out of the spotlight. Because they shouldn't be on TV and they shouldn't have to go to school and one person saying that one day, hey, hey, your mother's a loser because he broke up with the legendary Stevie J. Especially if they like Stevie J, which I don't know who would. Or the other way around, like, hey, Mimi was so cool, Stevie J's bad, like, whatever. The kid doesn't want to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear that because that's not who I want to be known for. Going back to Stevie J, he's problematic. And the worst part is, God forgive me for being mean about it, he's ugly for it. He is too ugly to be all that cocky. He's the person that says, I want my cake and eat it too. No. No. I don't know what else to say. I'm really done with him. He's being crazy. Disrespectful and crazy. And then, and the worst part is he wraps Jocelyn back in. All the time. Manipulator. And Jocelyn's falling for it. I really wonder how Jocelyn's doing right now. I really do, because I really do feel bad for her. Stevie J's evil. He's a manipulator. Wake up, Jocelyn. You woke up before. You even know that, but you're still with him. Simon knows it's cheek. And it's not like it's easy. It's not like it's easy, breaking up with a person that you love or like getting away from the person you love. But you've got to do it at some point. I don't like Stevie J. I'll always put the business and pleasure together. Even though he claims to put his career over everything. Like, we gotta get this money, we gotta get this bag. And he's also at a Diddy party, too. Allegedly. I have the list saved on my phone. I don't know if people are gonna get me for that, but Hold on. Who's looking at sneeze? Let me mute. Alright. We're back on track. I sneezed, so I had to pause my mic. But, like, I don't know. It's just he needs help. He needs to see another therapist by himself. No Mimi, no Jocelyn, nothing. Therapy by himself. Who's Stevie J even with now? Hmm. I'm glad I have this pop up next to me so I can still talk. Who is Stevie J with now? Hmm. Oh. He was with Faith and Raven until they broke up in 2023. But, he's hopping from woman to woman every time. This is bad. This is horrible. Get a life. I don't understand. I don't understand. How hard is it to be monogamous with these men? Even with as simple as Benzino or Scrappy. Is it so hard to be with a woman and not get your twig shaken by another? Is that hard? I know I'm not the one to talk. Because I get horny too. We all get horny and sexual around people who we find deem attractive. But, like, no. When you're in a relationship, keep that to yourself. Keep your little feelings about another person to yourself and just, like, or talk to your partner about it. Try to figure things out. But it might be because of my Christian upbringing. You are not to. It doesn't feel right when another person is with someone, especially when they have a child, but then you're on and off and you're with this person. Like, uh, maybe if you break up with that person and you want to just be seen as co-parents, maybe then just maybe you can go hang out with like, okay, stay for the you want to stay for the baby, but not make a relationship out of it. I respect that. You don't have to make a relationship. You don't have to be in a relationship. I'll just. It's like complicated. It's getting me frustrated. But all in all, Stevie J needs to get his life together, whatever he's doing right now. Cause this is crazy. Yeah. Now, I did say I was going to go from problematic to least problematic, but since I got CBJ, no. We have to go in some type of different order. So I'm going to go to Jocelyn. Girl has a mouth. Girl has a mouth. Like the other girl that I'm going to say on the list. She has a mouth. I think it was quite crazy that in a reunion she says she wants Stevie J's beep and his money. And also, like, like, that's some real crazy stuff. And I know she has some problems with her own family life. And it's not, I'm not doubting that. But I find it extremely, she's chaotic. She's chaotic. Ugh. She's a whole sticky situation that I don't want to get to, but let's just talk about her relationship with Stevie J, which she shouldn't have. It was a bad decision. She doesn't deserve Stevie. Stevie doesn't deserve her. She deserves a man that actually, if she wants a man, she deserves a man that respects her. that loves her, and not a man that locks her into a contract and saying that she can't go anywhere. Allegedly, that's what I think. That's what's happening. And it creates this overlapping loop like, hey, we doing this, then we're breaking out, then we're doing this again. It's a whole loop. And for what? Why are you playing yourself through that? She's a beautiful woman. She's a good woman. She's very hardworking. She wants to get to that bag like everyone else in the industry and in the show. She wants that bag. I'm just saying, go to another producer, go produce songs with another person, with another brand or whatever. Because CBJ is not the right one for you. But also, what was really funny is that the Collie Red really, actually, no. God forgive me, that was not funny. But, when K. Michelle was talking about her abuse, it was Carly Red and Rashida, who I'll get to. Oh my gosh, that made me so mad. And Jocelyn was like now, like I'm like good. We already have. I'm gonna get to K. Michelle in a minute. But we already have two possibly, because Carly looked like she was agreeing with Rashida. Two possible women that don't even believe in K. Michelle's pain, and I'm like, for real? I'm glad Dawson was silent and didn't say anything. You know, I see this show from a total drama perspective because it's definitely a game. It's definitely a game where you get a lot of money for it. It's total drama, but more mature, very more mature, and it puts me in this position to see like alliances, check, love, potential relationships, check, money, check. This is total drama, but reaction to reality and a lot of plastic surgery and a lot of curselers in it. This is not for the faint of heart. Really, none of reality shows are for the faint of heart. But yeah, back to Jocelyn. This whole show's a mess. And she found out she was pregnant. I felt a little bad for her. In the start, I didn't really understand why are you being mad at Carly, but now I get why she was mad at Carly. The girl runs her mouth a little bit too much. You know? But like going back to Stevie, it's ludicrous to carry your quote unquote partner's pregnancy test. It's ludicrous. Carrying around for your quote unquote wife to see. Anyways, at this point in time when I'm watching season one and forever on after, I do wish Jocelyn the best of luck. I do wish that she's happy with someone, that she's not doing anything stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but immature. I don't want her to do anything that is immature. Am I getting hives again? I'm scratching like crazy. I want her to be with someone that loves her to be around, that wants to be around her, that wants to help her go through I also wish that she has therapy. And until I see her again in season 2, because again, I'm going in order, my watch list is in order of the Wikipedia. And also, I don't really care about the specials either. Because I don't have money to be throwing around watching specials. I'm going to watch what I can watch. You know? And since I got my Netflix account back, my aunt's Netflix account, I get to watch Love and Hip Hop on that too. But there's only like 2 seasons. Like 2 seasons of one Love and Hip Hop show and 2 seasons of another Love and Hip Hop show. So I'm gonna have to find a way to watch the other ones. I'm not gonna pirate them, that's bad. But I gotta find a way to watch those shows. But yeah. Like I said, I'm like watching one of the Wikipedia. So the next on my list is Love and Hip Hop New York season 3, which I will also make a podcast episode about it. Going based off the knowledge, based off the dome. Hey, I saw that show before. I also have a 7-day Paramount subscription too, and like I can't waste this. I gotta watch it all. Whether I have to take an all-nighter while doing my homework, I gotta find some way to watch it. So, yeah. Loving Love and Hip Hop season 3 show podcast episode. I said it 2 times. Love and Hip Hop New York season 3 podcast episode is coming out soon. No spoilers because I didn't even see season 3 of Love and Hip Hop New York yet. But yeah, let's talk about Kim Show. Can't raise a man. That's how I got into the shirt. Like, really. Also, I want to mention again is his mention of abuse. And like, I feel really bad for her. She's a strong woman. I like Hamish out. Not just solely on music, but also as a person, I as a person, especially as a person that going through abuse. How do I put it? I don't want to go too much into my personal life, but let's just say I relate to her on a level where I know what it's like. Maybe not in the physical sense, but maybe in a verbal sense, because abuse is abuse. Whether verbal, physical abuse, or whatever. And again, I don't want to dive into personal in my life, so let's just move on from that. She's loud and popping too. Some of these women have loud lips. And I'm like, whoa, let's backtrack. Let's backtrack a little bit. And some of it's scripted too. Even though the producer did say that none of this is scripted, but a lot of the reality shows are scripted, so let's take that with a grain of salt. But Kim was really strong for that, for going through everything she went through. And I would have an outburst too. Especially in this abusive, toxic label that just screwed me over. I would have been ballistic too. And we're gonna get to Rashida in a second. The fact that Rashida invalidated her experience, that doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me at all. It happened to her. You can't invalidate that experience. She has proof of that. It's in Can't Raise a Man, you know? Where the girl has a little bruise in her eye. It's because it happened to K. Michelle. It happened to her. How do you not know this? It happened to her, okay? It happened. Allegedly, again. I don't want to get any lawyers on me. Allegedly, it happened. Allegedly. All this is allegedly. It happened allegedly. She has proof. Allegedly. You can't invalidate anyone with gun abuse. And it hit me. Rashida is not good. That is not nice of her. Closing off on K. Michelle. She's a saint for even hearing Rashida out. Because I would have, if I wasn't Christian, a lot of things would be happening with Rashida. Let's go, now that we're there, let's go to Rashida. Two things that's wrong with Rashida. Let's start with, in order, about quote the episodes played out. You went behind your husband's back, Kirk. I don't have much feelings about Kirk. Kirk is alright. He's boring. You know, she's an independent artist managed by him, but like, you gotta let her go sometimes, honey. I do relate. Not relate. I can't say relate. I understand that Rashida is struggling. Like, do I want to be a lover, a homemaker, or do I want to be an artist? And I'm like, it's a hard decision. It's a hard decision. But you can't go behind your husband's back and talk to someone about, signing up for labels and signing up for more management. You can't do that. That's wrong. And I find that a little bit weird of her to do that, honestly. But, like, I can't blame her either. Because, like, what are you gonna do, right? It was. No, I don't defend it. That was shady as crap. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that relationship is even still standing after what happened to that. It's not like a big, like, oh hey, Rashida cheated. Not big as in that way, but big as it's a big decision that you and your label maker have to make together. That's that, I guess. Let's go back to the fact that you called Kim Michelle a schizophrenic when she told you that she went through that. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? You call her a what? That specific line, not that wasn't the line, but it was from Peep in the Big Wide World. When Quack what? If I was a what? Peep, that's crazy talk. If you want me to go through a whole, if you want me to talk about Peep in the Big Wide World, I got a lot to say about that. Not a lot, but I got my thoughts on it. We'll see in the episodes to come. But going back to Rashida, girl, you better act right. Don't invalidate people's abuse experiences. Don't do that. Alleged abuse experiences. Like, if it happens, they say it happened, it happened. Well, don't believe it like that, but like, if they said, like, hey, if especially if it's mainstream, if everyone knows about it, If it happened, allegedly, then it happened. And there's no need to question it. It's so sad to see Kay Michelle trying to prove everything to these people that it happened. It probably absolutely did happen. Why do I have to prove myself to you? Don't prove anything. If your abuse happened, it happened. Especially if you have proof that it happened, there's no doubt that it happened. Just work on like personal self help and asking for help. Because it is hard. I can't say for myself. Because I'm in the. No, I'm not going to say that because personal life. But I can say that it gets better. It does get better. Better. Not bitter, better. But yeah. I don't really vibe with Rashida as much as I thought I would. When I first got introduced by her, I was like, yay! Independent artist. Marry me. But then, like, mm, sorry, you just failed. That's you just failed the test of being my favorite character. Favorite internet personality. I'm not sure if I even have a favorite internet personality. Maybe Mimi, and I'll get to her later. But other than that, yeah. Uh, Next is Carly Red. Ooh, child. Rat. She is a rat. And then saying stuff. You're a grown woman. Get it together. And then you complain like, oh, I thought we were too adult. Da, 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 da. Like, you're the one that's not acting like an adult. You're ratting on people, not minding your business, not focusing on your career. You wouldn't be asking about your career if you were focused on your career and not on da 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 da. That's who said something about keeping a daughter about off the spotlight. That's what she said. I think. Clock me in the comments below. But like, you can't. No. Uh. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Like, no. I will not sit here. And then you did a little nod when when um when Rashida called Kim Michelle a liar, schizophrenic, a bitch. Like, mind your business. Focus on your own career. A lot of these women need to focus on their own career, but Red is one of them. Focus on your career, please. Before you get popping them out. Jocelyn was right for that. What Jocelyn said was right. She needs to get popped in the lip, whooping in her butt, because she talks too much. And then also looking at a broad perspective, because Carly Red's old also. She's old. And like, at your old age, you should be finding a retirement home. Not 40, but like 50, 60, 70. You're darn this age to go look for a retirement home. Like, mind your business, focus on your career, focus on your little relationship with Benzino. Because while you were worrying about other people's business, here goes Benzino. And I don't like Benzino either. But like, ugh. She's a whole mess waiting to happen. Waiting to happen. And her relation with Benzino was cute too. It was cute. It was adorable. But now, but now, uh, of course he would have another woman in his house. Which, yeah, it's not really right, but can you blame him? You rejected his marriage proposal all for your career. You can't juggle career and love. You have to pick one or the other. And it's a sad truth, but like, you gotta do it. Come on now. Be the grown up that you are and woman up. Not man up because she's not a man. Woman up. Grow up. Sorry, my Discord's blowing me out. Like, what is going on? I got a phone for this. I'll get excited over Discord later when I finish recording this podcast episode. But you can't do that. You're doing this at your old age. Mm. And then when you, like, the non proposal was crazy. Cause, like, it was like, eh, I mean, not really. And I'm like, what? And the same night, you run back and see him with another woman, but naked, because he's upset. He's upset. I'm glad the relationship is over because they really don't deserve each other. The people that you think deserve each other really doesn't deserve each other. This goes for shipping non-fictional characters too. It may look like they deserve each other, but they don't deserve each other. They don't. Sad truth. Want want. Honestly, glad they're not together. Next is Benzino. I was gonna start this episode out by saying the main cast, like the cast that they were focused on. Like, no, I'm not gonna put in no particular order because I'm tired, physically and mentally, from the show. And I love it. It's tiring. And there's nothing much to say about Benzino. Is that if you, Dr. Jeff, that was weird. But also, Dr. Jeff shouldn't worry about it. He did his job. Dr. Jeff did his job. He did his job trying to help Stevie J, Mimi, and Jocelyn. He tried his best. But Stevie wants his cake and eat it too. That's his problem now. Whether he wants to reflect on his personal relationship with his mother or his father or his family or whatever, that's his choice to make. Dr. Jeff did his job. And then Benzino said, F Dr. Jeff? Sir, that is your friend's therapist. The only one that wasn't out of his mind, that wasn't going crazy in his love triangle situation, was the therapist. And it's not just because it's his job, it's because he notices what's wrong and he points it out. Like any therapist would. No cutting corners and, oh, how are you? Da 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 da. No. Ask me, tell me what my problem is. what doctors do. Therapist is a type of doctor. That's what doctors do. They're supposed to point out, hey, what's wrong with me? Hey, why am I not getting along with my family? This whole thing is just making me nuts. I want to go to sleep, but I can't because we got more characters to go through. But Doctor Death's probably the best character out of all of them. Morally and mentally in a good headspace. He knows what's wrong. I've stopped talking about Benzino because I really don't care about Benzino. You know, unless we want to bring up that time where he had Carly meet Vince, like, excuse me. I'm like, why? You know how I feel about Vince and Tamar. You probably don't know, but you'll know soon enough. You'll know soon enough that I don't like Vince. There's gonna be a episode where you'll see me talking about the Braxton family values. You're gonna want to say, "Hey, Aaliyah did say that she didn't like Vince, and now she's talking about it in depth." So there you have it about Vince and Benzino. Moving on. Moving on. Let's talk about Scrappy, Mama D, Shay, and Erica. Scrappy, when he fights Stevie J, I was like, thank God. There's a God. Oh, there's a God. There's a God. Out of this guy. Excuse me. I keep yelling because I'm tired. I'm like, thank the heavens. Because Stevie J really need to get beaten up. Oh yeah, I forgot. Going back to Stevie J. Why'd you call Erica a B-word? You're drunk. Okay. When it comes to being drunk, or under the weather, as people like to put it, you're still walking and talking. Oh my gosh. Keep yawning. You wouldn't, you wouldn't, you, I don't even know what I was about to say, I lost track, but an alcohol is just, a bottle of alcohol, or like a cup of wine is just an object. You are a human being, you control your actions. So no matter what's in that cup, you're gonna watch your mouth. And I'm glad Scrappy taught him that. The deal with him, Shay, and Erica maybe sick to my core a little bit. Acres again. Good point, get back, good point. I also want to bring up the fact that you wasn't there for your dog, for your for your baby mama's miscarriage. How are you gonna get a little upset over her not being there when you have an asthma attack? Asthma attacks are nothing to laugh at, and neither are miscarriages. You left for work the same day the same day that Erica had her miscarriage. Jizz. And like, why are you mad if you do the same thing? And I'm like, what is going on? You did that to her. And I don't think that's what's clicking in Mama D's head. They both have to treat each other with love and respect. they both have to be a little bit more affectionate to each other than with other women or other men. I don't have much to say about Scrappy because some of it goes to Mama D, but you know, let's go to Shay. Shay, baby, move on. Scrappy is not the man you want to get hung over with. He can be your friend, but go find an actual man that doesn't actually have a wife. Oh my gosh. Situation. I'm thinking about stopping the episode and recording it. I'm gonna have to take a nap. But not forget anything. So, Shay, honey, wasn't you were not cool when he was talking about Eric. When he was talking about how, ooh, Erica doesn't know about it. Let's not tell her about it. That was shady. And you only heard one side of the story, so you can't automatically pick a side. You gotta hear Scrappy's side, and you gotta hear Erica's side of the whole context. Erica doesn't have to tell you that she was there, that Scrappy left when she had the miscarriages. Yeah. And now we're gonna talk like a baby. Can we go back to you know who? I'm like, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stevie, you didn't have to. Stevie, you're doing the bare minimum for taking Jocelyn to the clinic to get an abortion. That's what I want to say about that. Going back to Shay, Gabby didn't have to tell you about his personal life. You know, you've been friends for a long time. And that does seem important. But he didn't have to do that. It is none of your business. And it puts me off that you, personally, you would just say that out of the blue. I'm too tired to do this whole episode, but we're pushing through. Come on. No, this is going crazy. Be so for real right now, Shay. Shay, honey. You're irrelevant. Next, Erica. I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for some of these girls. Because the men that they're with, I feel happy that she got married, but what if that happens again? You know? What if they fight, they break up? What if that happens again? And I'm like, Erica, once pull a Mimi in like the episode, let's move on. Move on. Once Scrappy breaks up with you, move on. Don't look back. It drives me insane knowing that first he got called the B word by someone who doesn't even have his life figured out with two women at once. And then you have another man, I mean, on and off about you. It must be hard. I'm here right now saying, girl, you do not deserve this at all. None of these girls deserve it. And I really do feel bad for her. I really did feel bad when she, you know, she got told off by CBJ because he didn't want to acknowledge the truth. He doesn't want to acknowledge what he did to Mimi. And going back to Stevie once more, all that corny crap that you did for Mimi, and it was singing and crap. I'm like, please don't do that ever again. That's so corny. That's corny. Plain and simple. Back to Erica. I think all these couples need to go to counseling. All of them. Every single one of them. You guys need to go to counseling right now. Let me write your prescription for counseling or divorce because some of these couples just don't sit right with me. That's all I have to say about Erica. I think I have tennis coming up, but I don't know. Whatever. what else I want to say? It's Shay, it's Scrappy, and Erica, Mama D. Personally, a good character. Not my favorite, but a good character. She is the queen of her castle, but I really just. It seems like she was switching sides. I just want her to say, hey, do what you do that makes you happy. You know? And stop babying Scrappy. He's a full grown man with tattoos, a baby of his own, and everything. Don't do that. Because then you're going to make him think that some of the behaviors that he's doing is right and it's not. I also want to take the time to say that you want your son to be a player in one episode, and I found that alarming a little bit. Because if I was a man and I asked my mom right now, hey mom, would you let me be a player? Would you make me be a player? Would you have me be a player? She would say, heck no. Maybe you don't want more grandchildren. I mean, I don't know what the situation with that is. What the situation of you wanting your son to cheat. Ugh. But yeah, don't do that. Come on. Don't baby him. He's a man. He'll figure out what to do. They always seem to do that anyway. Men, I mean. Mimi is last one. Whew. Child. Mimi she deserves all the best. Dealing with Stevie, I also want to bring up Arian, her friend. Good for her, Arian. I'm so glad she has Arian, because if she didn't have Arian to wake her to freak up every time, she would have been back with Stevie J, and the whole cycle would continue without anyone telling her, hey, this isn't right, you need to go. I also love when she got mad, because it was like seeing her opening her eyes, like a baby opening her eyes for the first time. It made me so happy for her. When she spat in her mother's ashes, I'm like, she's getting the closure that she needs. Stevie J's reign of terror cannot go on forever. I don't want that to go on forever. She doesn't deserve that. Yes, you can quote unquote stay together for the baby. Don't stay together because, like, you're in love. You love each other, but you're not in love with each other. Stay together because you're. Stay together for the child also. Actually, not also. Stay in love, stay together, and stay in love. Not fall in love because Stevie clearly needs to try and do that as well. He's still trying to figure out if he fell in love with her or not. But for gosh, for gloss and shakes, Mimi is wow. And then I found the meme where she was like, whack him again, when she was telling Jocelyn in the confessional, not with nobody, but in the confessional, she was like telling Jocelyn, whack him again. I find it a little funny. That was hilarious. I liked that. Overall, I'm glad Mimi is getting away from someone like Stevie J. She doesn't deserve anyone like Stevie J. Oh, it makes me so tired. It just makes me so tired of seeing women getting back with the same annoying people over and over again. Listen, you don't. He did this a million times. Another Christian who says that forgiveness is good, you can forgive him, but you will never forget. Never forget what he did to you. It doesn't feel right when you're the viewer watching someone not get over their relationship, not telling them, hey, this isn't right. And Stevie got a little mad. Aw, aw. Stevie got mad. Aw, when Mimi said it was over. Sorry, boo. It's over like Donkey Kong. Just like almost this episode. It's done. It's finished. They're done. It should have been done. Actually, it is done. It was done when CBJ took out the pregnancy test that he had for some reason. It was over. And it always will be over. Amen in the church. Amen. Oh no. Be faithful to your partner. If it doesn't work out, but you have a child together, stay for the child. Don't stay because you quote unquote fallen in love. You love each other, but haven't fallen in love. But still stay together with a child. And talk about if, hey, can I go out and date other people, even though we're technically taking care of a child. And the person might be, another person on the other end maybe says, like, yeah, okay, don't bring them around my child, but okay. And everything will be hunky dory. With a couple that look like they need to work it out in a remix, work it out in a remix. That's the end of my episode. That is it. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you in the next Love and Hip Hop season. I'll talk about other things too, but like, with hip hop, I need to use my subscription to my advantage. So you may be hearing a lot of Love and Hip Hop episodes soon. All right. Have a good day.